All right, how about now? I know you guys can hear us now.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Stop it. Stop your phones.
Okay, yeah, it's
can
coming
hear
through
us.
now. They can hear us.
All right. No, that's what I wanted is for you guys to hear. Because at the beginning of every live stream, so many people are typing, and I hate typing. So if I can make you guys hear me, I can answer all the questions. So now we're going to go ahead and start the live stream. I learned something tonight. Yes. Here we go, people. There we go. Thank you guys for our little test there in the beginning. How you been? Now, Josh will not be joining us tonight. Hey, Leilani. Hey, Brooke Ollie. Hey, Raheem. Adam Wheeler. Skyland back. Dave Silva. Richard Perry. What's up, guys? Carl Perkins. Lori Kish. What's up, guys? Okay, listen. Josh will not be joining us tonight. He is at the Lost Lands, what do you want to call it, festival.
Right.
And I can give you a little preview. Here's what he's at right now. Oh, it's not turning on. Oh, probably because I got it minimized. Right. I shouldn't have minimized it. There we go. Now I can go over here. There it is. That's Lost Lands where Josh is at right now. It's a 4-day festival, and he's there with Brittany and a bunch of his college friends. They go every single year.
But tell them what kind of festival. There's no live bands.
There's no bands. It's all EDM music. Basically, a DJ after DJ after DJ, and they play this EDM music, and they do build-ups until the bass hits, and then build-ups and the bass hits. I mean, it's crazy. Anyways, we're back. What do you guys think? Let me see. Okay. He says we're going to watch you all while we finish my homework. Yes, it's a rave party, basically. EDM, electric dance music. Exactly. All right, so first things first. The first thing we have to do is always the Tracy update, right? Y'all want to know what's going on with Tracy. All right. First, before we do that, let me know how the video is. Is it better than normal? Because I have worked hard. We moved our video room out of the back bedroom and up here to the middle of the house now. And it should, I mean, me and Reaper worked, hours on this.
Yeah. Let us know what it sounds better and does it look better.
I added an EQ. I added a compressor, an exciter, and a limiter to the sound. We tweaked out the video, so it should all be better. Okay, it says, looks sweet. Hey guys, listening and building a retaining wall. Speak up, my tractor is low. Kevin, turn the tractor off. Love you, brother. Now, everybody's saying it looks and sounds great, but is it better than last week and all the previous weeks? Okay, Reap, if you want to go and lift that green screen real quick, we're going to show them where we are in the house. We are now, when you walk in, there is my kitchen. Over here, that way right there is the front door, and right there is the living room where Tracy is. So I can hear Tracy. I no longer got to have her on my phone. So it works. This is all because A to Z says definitely higher quality. Great. All my time is paid off then. The reason being this is Josh's girlfriend is moving in. So I had to take my video room out of the back room and put it up here where I had my little computer. And now it's this big production in here. And I got this green screen and, the Mike Tyson carpet is right there. I mean, literally right there, like 6 feet away from me.
Not even.
I can't turn the camera because we mounted it. So Reap has a hole in his chest. You do. You got green right there. The fish will be swimming through your chest.
I didn't realize it.
All right. Thank you. It's better quality. I'm glad you guys like it. Awesome. Lori Kish says fishing as usual and bad reception. Well, that's your choice, Lori. You went out in the boonies. Okay. If you don't get the reception, that's on you. It's not me. I can't do nothing about it. Fish is swimming across Reaper. You might as well put a green hat on too or something. Okay, so let's get on to the Tracy update. Now check this out, guys. This week has been amazing for Tracy. I told you last week she was moving a lot more. Oh my God. It's amazing how much she's moving. And I have to block off the sides of the bed because her legs keep coming off the end of the bed. So Mara is ordering us a new bed. The bed I bought her, or the bed I got for her, don't have like rails where your legs are. Only up here where the chest is. And because we didn't rent it from a company or got it from the state or whatever, they won't come out and put rails on it. So Mara says that our insurance covers it, so she ordered a new bed. The bed will come within a week or so, and they'll have rails for her legs then. So that's going to be helpful. 2, the wheelchair, we got called today. The wheelchair is going to be ready in 10 days. It'll be here. So now we'll have not only the big wheelchair I bought her, but we'll have the tilt in space wheelchair where we can tilt her back and we don't have to strap her in. Right. And it should be a whole lot better. But I talk to her all the time. And last night I was talking to her, and Reaper, I haven't even told you this. I've told you guys about the blinking twice, and it's hard to tell whether she's either blinking or blinking twice for yes. So, we talk to her all the time, and I try and trick her with questions like, honey, blink twice for yes, and she blinks twice. Blink twice if you want something to eat. She blinks twice. Blink twice if you want to see the kids. She blinks twice. But I got to throw in a trick question, like blink twice if you want to be a big green station wagon. And if she blinks twice, I know she's not coherent. She's just learned a new trick, and she's blinking. Well, last night, I talked to one of the doctors before, like last week, and he told me to do this. He said to get her to see if she'll close her eyes. So last night, it was, 8 o'clock. I'm trying to get her to blink her eyes. And then I said, if you can understand me, honey, close your eyes and keep them closed. And they went immediately closed. And they stayed closed. I was like, no way. Oh my God, honey, you're in there. And I was like, open your eyes. Now blink twice. And she went to blinking. But I can't tell if that's, coherent or not. Mm-hmm. So I tried getting her to close her eyes again. And she fades in and out of coherency, So she didn't do it last night. She did it again this morning. But, closing your eyes, blinking, if you're trying to get somebody to blink, it's hard because people are blinking anyway, and then you're saying blink twice, and it may be a blink, it may not. But closing your eyes and holding them closed, that's something that people don't normally do during the day, So I know she heard me. I know she understood it, and she did it a couple of times so far. So we're going to work off of that. And that just made my day. I was like, oh my God, baby, you're in there. I can talk to you now. So, yes, awesome. So we're going to have the new bed and the new wheelchair here soon. Now, there's nothing wrong with the wheelchair I bought her other than it don't tilt back. So we have to strap her in. And then when I put the big wheels on it, because it's a transport chair and a wheelchair all in one, when I put the big wheels on it, it sits more forward. So she's wanting to hang forward and her head's hanging down. So if we put her in the tilting space and tilt her back a little bit, it'll be easier for her to hold her head up for longer times. Going around the block, going in the back, seeing the pond, that kind of stuff. Right now, we got her about an hour and a half. She holds her head up every single day when we put her in the wheelchair and let her watch TV. Every single day we get her out of bed. So, she's doing really good with that. She's definitely making strides forward, from the way she was last year, the way she was 6 months ago, the way she was a month ago. This is, it's amazing. Yes, I understand. And it's like being smacked in the face. This is going to take some time, but she's fighting to come back. Now, I don't know where this fight will end. Doctors say she might come back to where she can communicate a little bit, and then that's it. That's all you'll ever get. Or she might come fully back. They can't say. The doctors don't know. But when I look it up online, it's saying the longer it takes for her to come back, the less chances she has of coming fully back. So I'm just hoping that she comes back enough to where I can talk to her. If I can communicate with her, I can make her life a whole lot better. You know, if I can know if she's hurting, or I can massage her shoulder or back or her leg, or turn her because she's hurting right now. You know, if I could feed her something she's been, missing. Do you want chocolate? Do you want strawberries? Do you want, pancakes with syrup? I mean, are you, and then she can answer me, and I could give her what she's wanting and craving. That would be amazing, So this is it's really great news. It really is. She's come back from death, and now she's uphill climbing right now, and it's amazing to me. So I love every new thing I get to see. It makes taking care of her so worth it. It's just so amazing when I see her do something new. I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid. She is definitely making strides. Yes. Oh my God, I can't stop reading. Oh my God. Okay, let's move on. The Tracy update is amazing. Let me see. Oh, okay. Now, what do you want the word of the day to be? Oh, where's Josh? He's at Excision. An EDM concert. You just don't understand, do you, Reed?
No, not for me, man.
He's like, there's no live band? I'm like, no.
It was just the same thing over and over, basically. It was like, nah, I wouldn't pay that. We're not saying what he paid, but wow, he put out a pretty penny to do what he was doing.
Well, you know what?
And
that boy, he earns his money at his job, and then he helps me here making the videos and stuff, and all that money from the YouTube goes back into the rescue. So, I mean, he helps out so much. If he needs time off, him and his girlfriend go. I mean, I'm all for it. Go ahead, Josh. I'm here watching his dog. I'm here taking care of the house. I'm here taking care of Tracy. I'm here taking care of the fish, and his job's on the fish. That's okay. I'll work extra so that he can go have some fun. Yeah. He deserves it. I mean, how many young kids would do what he does?
Oh, I know.
They're pretty much selfish and want to go have fun with their friends, and argue with dad about being here, helping. So he's really good. Okay, we got Sharon Arnold says, "Hi, Rich. I don't usually comment. I have a grandchild similar to Tracy. Can I ask, has she had an MRI? She has not. She has had CAT scans. Now, the first CAT scan, Dr. I forget his name, but I wanted to beat his butt. It was when she first happened, she had the heart attack. She died. I gave her CPR until the medics came. They put this big machine on her that, like, they said they'd break ribs all the time. It was violent. And they got her a heartbeat back. And yes, Brittany, you missed the Tracy update. And then we went on to, they took her to the hospital and all that. So she got revived. She was dead for like 11 minutes, 12 minutes when the medics got here. It was 11 minutes I did CPR. It was crazy. And I'm sorry. It's hard for me. It's really hard for me to talk about it, but he got a second. Okay. She is, we went to the hospital, and she was on 8 machines. She was on what's that? Your kidney dialysis. All of her organs had shut down. She was dead. She suffered some brain injury from being dead, from lack of oxygen. So the doctors came in. Dr. Kumar, that's his name. What a POS he is. He came in and he said, "Look, I looked at the CAT scan. Her brain is swollen. She's got no functionality. She's going to be she's going to be a vegetable at the best. You better just pull the plug. She's never going to come back to you. She's gone already." And he had the whole family just crying in tears, and it was
Hey,
It was rough.
proving him wrong.
Oh yeah, she is so proving him wrong. So, anyways, we're all in tears, and he leaves the room. The next doctor comes in and he says, "Look, CAT scans can be wrong because when there is somebody dies and there is some oxygen deprivation, the brain can be swelling and the CAT scan can be off. Let's wait till next Friday, and let's give her another CAT scan, and we'll see then." And next Friday, most of all the swelling was down. They had given her steroids, and he said, "No, she's there's plenty of brain activity. She's in there. She's there. I don't know. I cannot tell you how much she'll come back, but she's definitely there. She's not lost, you know." So at that point, it's worth me trying everything I can try to bring her back. I mean, if I pull the plug, she has no chance. So as long as I keep trying and giving her time, she's making strides. She's coming back. So yes, it's been a long time, but man, she has done all these little steps in the right direction. It's amazing. Thankfully for that doctor, because I mean, I wouldn't have pulled the plug anyway for whatever Kumar said, but I want to beat his butt. I want to, catch him outside and just. How dare you treat somebody like that? I would never treat anybody like that. But anyways, okay. So now Tracy's making very good headway, and it's worth it for me. All the year and a half of my life that I haven't gone out, that I haven't been out and about, that I've gained weight actually. I was losing weight, I was doing good, and now with all this, I'm just sitting here watching Tracy. I'm taking care of Tracy. I'm the sleep deprivation. I'm taking care of Tracy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the first 7 months. Now we got a nurse comes in, Monday through Friday, and then every other Sunday for 8 hours. So that leaves me doing 124 hours a week when the nurses ain't here every week. That's like working 3 40-hour jobs. And, I do it. And it's all worth it because she's making her way back. Right now, she can't speak to me, but she has facial recognition. Like I can tell she's happy, content, upset, or crying. She actually cries. Or, hurting. She has a frowny face and all that. I can read her. So has a better quality of life than just a zombie laying there. She gets turned every 2 hours. She gets suctioned every hour on the hour. She gets fed every 4 hours from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. She gets taken care of. She gets changed all the time. She came home from the hospital looking like a skeleton, like 80 some pounds, and her skin was so thin, you could see the bones. It was ridiculous. She's got she looks like right now, you've seen her. If she woke up and started walking, you'd be like, "Hey, Tracy, how you doing?" You wouldn't know that she'd been through this because her body's back to normal. We give her the 250 milliliters of the, what is it? I forget the name of the food. And then we give her 30 milliliters of ProSource, which is a amino acid. And then we give her 250 milliliters of water every 4 hours. And then we work her out. So between me and Mara and Evelyn, whoever's working that day, Mara and Evelyn are the two nurses. They work her out every day. I work her out, and her body's back to normal. She has, thick legs again, thick arms again. And I'm not saying thick like she's big. I'm saying back to normal. Before she was bone skinny, so skinny. It was like, I looked at her, I'm like, oh my God. She looked like if I tried picking her up by her arms, she'd just break into pieces. It was bad. From the hospital. And she came home from the hospital with this huge gaping
Hole in her back.
But I want to call it a bed sore.
Right.
And it had a like a skin plug on one side. Okay. So that was the hole. Let me go over here. That was the hole. And then there was a skin plug like this. This was all meaty. This area over into here was just gaping hole. I can stick my pinky down in it. I had to put this amalgamate white type material down in there that eats necrotic skin and helps regrow skin and all that. And finally we got it closed. And it was it stood up like 4 inches off her back. It's flat as can be. It's closed up. It's never reopened since she came home. She's never gotten another bed sore. And, you know, there is a scar there. It looks like she got scratched on her back now. That's about it. So we're taking way better care of her than the nursing home was. So she's better off here at home for sure. So yeah, that nursing home stuff was horrible, and I wasn't allowed to visit her. And I fought and fought and fought, and after 3 months, I finally got her home, and I had to fight them. I had to go in for nursing uh, classes, 12 hours the first day, 4 hours the second day, and they said no other male has ever passed this course before. A few females have, but no other male ever has. They always took 2-3 weeks for the course to sink in. I had to change her trach. I had to wash her. I had to bathe her. I had to do all these different things, suction her out. I had to do all these crazy stuff, and to pass this class, and I did. And they still fought me and did not want to give her to me. I took her home. I fought and I got her home, and she's been better ever since. Her body looks like she could wake up and start walking right now. I mean, she don't look sickly like she was. She's doing way better, so I'm just so happy with that. Okay, now I've missed a lot of these.
You have. We got Raheem. Welcome to Tiger Shovel Nose.
Thank you, Raheem. Welcome to the family.
Oh, he's been around. He's
been around.
Oh, yeah. He comments and this and that all the time. Oh, here we go. That thing again.
What's that?
That's Colleen Perkins, $5. It's cutting it off. Happy Fishy Friday, Big Rich and Reaper from Colleen, Kevin, and Solias. Hashtag.
I can't read.
Oh, that's where we got the
Oh, hey, Colleen.
Yeah, that's Colleen.
We got baby.
Yeah, Colleen. And remember, Kevin left a little net for me to catch him.
Little cute net. Your fish are doing great, Colleen. Baby's still here. The other two are still here. The albino Oscar, and what was the other one? We got the big tiger shovel nose red tail mix,
right?
And then we had the albino Oscar. What was the third fish?
There was a third one. Or was it just a red tail?
I don't remember.
Because he was
one of them was named Baby.
He was Baby. That was the red tail in the tank in the living room. That was the one in the living room.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
When I found that wolf.
Yeah, that wolf that scared you.
Yeah, she told me it was a timber wolf.
He got scared by. He walked into her living room.
No, I'm on my phone, and I'm like, "What the?"
They have a stuffed timber wolf in their living room, and he got scared. He jumped.
I didn't get scared.
He got scared. You don't lie to the people.
No.
You actually said the words. That thing scared me, Rich. You said that to me.
And we got Terry Time, oldest and baddest. Hey, how's it going? She's a member for 3 months. Shovel Nose. Please show the flower horn more.
Oh, the new flower horn.
I didn't know you showed him.
You still thought I had him, I guess.
Yeah, because I keep asking.
Because I haven't, but Josh may have. Hey, Big Rich and Reaper, who gave Josh a day off? I don't think we had a choice. Yeah. Josh is like, hey, Dad, it's Lost Lands this weekend. I'm going.
And he deserves it.
He does. He really does.
And it looks like NICCO Nicole 100 100 for $5, but you didn't say anything.
Oh well, thank you. Here's to you. I'm going to say it for her. Josh. Oh, you got Willie Nelson over here drinking a beer. No, there's no Josh tonight. He's at Lost Lands. I'm going back in the things to read while I was doing the Tracy update. You guys said a lot of stuff, so I'm trying to catch it. Ambrose Knows says, when's the 125 getting together, Reap? I am going over to his house Monday, right? We've scheduled Monday to help him get this set up. Okay. And I suggest you guys watch this video because there's a lot going on that day, and you got to see this. All right. Benjamin Keat says, don't fear the Reaper. All right. Let me see.
The Animal Cracker for $10. Rich.
No, it's Danimal Cracker.
The Animal Cracker. Okay. The Animal Cracker, $10.
Just Danimal Cracker.
Rich, love the headband and aviators, and inspirating how you fight for Tracy. Reaper, you can tell us how off the deep end aquatic fish room was in person. Looked very cool on YouTube. he had I meant to ask him and I didn't and I forgot. But I mean, the way he's been building it down there, it's beautiful. It's super clean. In fact, it wasn't that video. I was going to tell you and I always forgot. But you seen in the video, he was starting to throw down towels. We obviously made a little bit of a mess. And then we shut off and we're talking. And Luke's here, and Mike's here, and I'm here. And all of a sudden I got on the ground and I start whipping up the water. And Mike's like, Reaper, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, it's your house.
Trying to help.
It's very nice. He had beautiful tiles. It wasn't a basement floor, beautiful tiles, you know. And I'm like, dude, you got a really nice place. I'm just cleaning you up. And Luke's like, yeah, we'll be at the, OFR. And like, Rich is like, where's Reaper? We don't know. We go out front. He's picking weeds or doing something.
Right.
I just got to do my thing, So. But it was a very beautiful, very clean, very awesome fish room. And it looks like he's got plenty of room to do more tanks, that's for sure. I think he's got plans for other things.
Well, he's got to, because he built that, 16 or 1,500 gallon?
1,500, yeah.
He built that, and now he learned a lot from that. He's now going to build other, I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah.
He's just looking for glass panels.
Yeah, because he did the 11, and then he did that one, and it was beautiful. I loved it. It was awesome looking.
Someone said turn the cam to the right to hide the edge. I don't see no edge showing. We got edge to edge color here.
The only thing is that very little corner, but I can't.
No, it's good. You people are crazy. All right. Some people are saying it looks the same.
Oh, wait. On the phone, you just see that little bit right there. See it?
Let me look. Ouch. Does this cover it? It brings the green screen over some. Is that better?
I'm trying to keep cutting off. Why does it keep doing that?
I don't know. Restart it.
That's what it did the other day too.
Alison Berry says the same thing. Says every time I watch you stop within 2 to 3 minutes. When I restart, it's always fuzzy and ideas how to fix. That's doing it on your phone?
I'm waiting for it to.
It's on the living room TV, just clear. It's fine.
Come on.
Yeah, just restart your whole thing. Shut
Okay,
it down.
yeah,
Restart.
now it looks much better.
Okay, so you restarted it and it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Now
What's up, Eric?
Oh, Eric's here. What's up,
Yeah.
Eric? Oh, Von Yinzer's here. He's back now that certain moderators gone.
Is that what that was?
Yes, what's up, Von Yinzer?
Oh, $5. Jim Sheasley. How's it
Oh,
going,
Jim's
Jim?
here. Hi, Jim.
Yep. Thanks again for the tour Wednesday. I forgot to ask for a couple of OFR stickers.
Ah, of course you could have. Next time you're here, buddy. Okay, Marie Dean says, wonder if you could get Tracy a simple communication device where she could hit a button for yes or no. She don't have motor skills yet. Her eyes would be the first thing, or squeezing of hand, and I try them both every day. Her eyes is what's coming around more. She does not. She squeezed my hand, but I found out it's only every time I pull away, she grabs on. So that's anything that pulls away, she grabs on. So she's not actually squeezing my hand. She's squeezing because I'm pulling away. But her eyes are more on point. You know, she blinks and she now holds her eyes closed when I ask her to close her eyes. So that'll be our first point of contact, and talking to her is through her eyes. I'm sure of it.
I almost missed one for $20 from Gerald Rice with nothing, just a $20 donation.
Well, thank you, Gerald Rice. I'm
Really,
going to say,
thank you very
Josh.
much.
Everybody drink. Oh, Pam's here. Hi, Pam. Pam is,
Pam.
yeah, she's Tracy's
Pam?
longest friend. She, they call themselves sisters, each other. Tracy's real family, POSs. They don't want nothing to do, Here's the story on that. They accused me for years of keeping Tracy from her. But here's the thing. It's been 35 years. Tracy wrote them off because of the way they treated her. The last time we saw her family is when we went to her mother and told her the problems we were having, and her mother's like, I ain't got time. I got to meet my friends at bingo. So Tracy was like, well, F you. And you know, we went on with our lives and we got married and had kids and all that kind of stuff. She hasn't been in contact with the family. Her family, for some reason, her sister thinks that I keep her from her family. But here's the thing. I divorced her in 95 and she didn't live with me for like a year. If she wanted to get a hold of her family, that would be the time. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even in her life. I wasn't near her. I wasn't around her. I mean, I get where you think a guy's going to keep her from you, blah, blah, blah. But come on, you got to admit that your sister don't want to talk to you because she didn't contact you when she wasn't with me. So stop blaming me. It's not me. I didn't keep her from the family. So I even put out an olive branch, and you guys, a lot of you guys will remember this. About 6-8 months ago, I'm like, to the Loomis family, Tracy's this, that. She's, if you'd like to come over and visit her, we don't know if she's going to make it or not, blah, blah, blah. And not one of them families showed up here. Now, her sister called me and straight up started screaming, yelling how I've kept her from her. I try to explain that's not the case. I had to end up hanging up because I'm not going to take that kind of abuse. I'm good to everybody, and I don't expect people to treat me bad. So her niece, Tanya, was the voice of reason. She talked blah, blah, blah. I told Tanya why Tracy didn't want to talk to none of her family. And a lot of it involved, family and some deep, dark stuff that nobody needs to talk about. But Tanya talked to me for about 4 months, but never made the effort to come over and see Tracy. And I told her she was welcome, blah, blah, blah. So I just wrote them a message like a month ago saying, I've set up the olive branch. I tried. I had to take care of Tracy for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 7 months by myself. You people did not want to come over, did not want to help. I'm gonna write this off as I'm finished. I tried. I don't need to know them. I offered them to come and hang out with Tracy, see Tracy, help with Tracy, anything. They did not want to. So I'm done. I moved on. And now Tracy's in good hands. Every doctor that sees Tracy says how well she's doing, how amazing she's doing, how great a work we're doing. And now I got the 2 nurses that, she gets a bath every single day, 6 days a week now. Nurses ain't here on Saturday. So she gets a bath every day. I was giving her a bath every other day myself when I was watching her because let's face it, she's not doing strenuous work. I change her brief. That's a good word for diaper. I change her brief, every time it's wet. And if for some odd reason I'm late in that or something, I give her a wash down, So she never smells bad. She's always smelling pretty. I spray her with her pear cologne. Oh my goodness. She loves this cologne, and I spray her down, and it just smells like, I miss you, Tracy. It's so good. Pear cologne by Victoria's Secret. I love that stuff. That's her favorite cologne, and I make her smell like that. And, we've got her fingernails painted and her toenails, and all shaved proper and looking right. She is not lacking for anything. She's pampered, basically. And, so we moved on from that. I wrote off that whole area of them people, and they don't want to help. They didn't help. I'm the ex-husband. Why am I here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where I'm going crazy with no sleep, taking care of her, and her own family won't? They wouldn't help me. Let's just move on, okay? Tracy's in good hands, and Mara loves her. Evelyn loves her. Everybody that comes over here sees how much we do to take care of her. She's in good hands now, So let's just count our blessings and move on with that.
Oh, no.
What?
Go down.
No, go ahead.
I can't see it. I can't even come close to it.
Can't read it?
No, that's because it's cut off.
Yeah. I can't read it either, brother.
I told you. Some of them I can do, but not that one.
Okay. Lilani R says she can always relearn things, and I'm sure she greatly appreciates everything you've done for her, Rich. Team Tracy, thank you. For saying I'm a wonderful husband. Okay, she will. This is what I was told by the doctors. When she comes out of this, she will have to relearn to talk. She will have to relearn to walk. She's going to be like a baby with knowledge, basically, because she's going to remember a lot of the past, but she's not going to. She has to reconnect her brain to the brainstem that suffered the anoxic brain injury. So she has to reconnect these neurons. So yes, it's going to be a long fight, but I don't care about none of that. My main goal is to get her to where I can communicate with her, and then we can give her a better, lifestyle instead of laying in the bed, being in the wheelchair, lay back in the bed, this position, that position, that position. It's once she can communicate, we're going to step this up tenfold. And I don't care if she don't ever get farther than that. I will take care of her the rest of her life. I'll change a diaper, change a tampon, whatever it takes. I just want to get her to be able to communicate and talk. Once we get to that point, anything after that is a blessing because this is all I've prayed for. Let her communicate, let's get her back to that point. And from there, anything after that's a godsend. Here's my thinking. Okay, she worked as an electrician. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but she wanted to be an electrician really bad. And she went to the schooling because she got a job as a journeyman's apprentice. Thank you. And they sent her to Clock Electrical for the journeyman's program electrical school. And it was a 4-year class. Well, she came home the first night crying. There's no way she understood any of this. So I paid out of my pocket and I went and joined the class because her boss was paying for her class. So we both went to Clock Electric for 2 years. And every night after coming home from Clock Electric, I re-taught her in layman's terms what we learned in class. And within 2 years, she was a journeyman electrician and doing great. And, then I went ahead and quit. And because there was no need to go no further, now she needed 2 years of on-the-job training, not the 2 years of schooling. I finished the 2 years of schooling. So I did that with her and helped her grow and become an electrician. Well, she became an electrician. I was laying carpet. I was in the band and I was also bouncing at night. We worked our butts off for years, and now that, I bought all the properties around the area there that were in distress, and me and the kids rebuilt them and rehabbed the insides, and now we're renting them out. I own 9 properties and we rent them out, and that's how I make my money. I'm a landlord. Or let's say property management. So in doing so, now Tracy, her narcolepsy hit 15 years ago, and she couldn't be an electrician no more. She got on SSD and she's been at home. Well, she cannot be left alone because the first time we realized something was super wrong, she came out of the upstairs bathroom at my last house and she don't remember going down the stairs. But I was outside mowing the lawn and the kids come running out. Now, Richie and Josh were like, I don't know, 9 and 5, something like that. And they come running out. Dad, Mom fell, there's blood everywhere. I go running in the house and she's got a bone sticking out of her leg, out of her skin, and she's on the landing. She don't remember. She remembers coming out of the bathroom, but she don't remember going down the stairs. Her narcolepsy kicked in. So now they've got her on this narcolepsy medicine, and her leg healed fine and all that. She's got a little scar. But since then, and this has been 15 years, she had to be under strict supervision. I can't leave her alone. She'll go and act like she's normal and go do stuff and fall and break something. So she's always been under my, eye for the last 15 years. She works with me during the day. And then when we're done working at nighttime and it's time to sit down and watch movies and hang back, me and the kids watch a movie or something, she goes to sleep. I mean, she'll sit down within 15 seconds. She's asleep. It's the narcolepsy. So we've made provisions for all this and we've taken care of it, and I've watched her all this time. Well, what that has done is trained me to be not only a caregiver, but somebody that looks out for her. Tracy, you can't do that. Now, if you guys watch on the Pacu, the largest Pacu ever, the Big Betty Pacu. If you go back and look, largest Pacu on Facebook or YouTube, you'll see in the middle of that, she is standing on this little 2-foot ledge of cement. And I don't yell at her, but I kind of like, Tracy, Get off of that. Give me your hand. Go walk this way. You know better than you're going to fall. You're going to break something, you know? And people gave me, crap about it, but that's how I have to treat her because she cannot do these things because of her narcolepsy. She is so frail. And so, so I've learned to look out for her and look after her. And now this is nothing more. It's now I'm looking out for her and looking after her more. I'm used to it. I do it out of just, she's my girl. She's my baby. Of course I'm going to do it. She's like, if you had a kid and, two of your boys grew good and your daughter got narcolepsy, you're going to watch after her. Now don't read nothing perverted in that. I'm just saying, I feel more like she's somebody I have to take care of more than my wife. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say the difference, but I don't look at her like my wife. I just look at her as like, oh, Tracy, let me take care of you. Let me fix this. Let me take care. Oh, do you need suction down? Oh, we got to change you. I mean, that's just the role I've been trained to take care of and do. So I do that now. I don't, it's weird. It's definitely weird and nothing I've ever been trained to do and used to, but that's how I look at her. She's my girl and I got to protect her. That's all there is to it. So let's go on. Where's this thing?
I'm bringing it.
Okay.
Maybe. No. Before that.
Oh, I seen an inch, so it was before that.
The one there it is.
There it is. KS Loney 6.6 for $19.99. You couldn't read that on your phone.
You couldn't.
His phone cuts off the lettering halfway. All right. Please use this to get some flowers for Tracy. Oh, yeah. Josh. Cheers, fellas. That's great. I love how much you guys care for Tracy. That warms my heart. It's such a rude, harsh, terrible world out there. And yet I have this family that cares for Tracy so much. I love that. It's just, oh, my God. That's great. Thank you. KS Loney 6.6. I don't know how else to say it. Kasloney? I don't know. Thank you.
And then, like you saw, we got Ange here for 15. Cheers to OFR. # Team Tracy.
Ange is such a cute little shit,
Mm-hmm.
She's I don't know. She's a happy person. Every time I see things on there and then, Will starts telling me he was talking to her and this happened and that happened, but she's always so happy. I love it. She's a cute little shit. I like that. She's a good girl. All right, Matt Hamilton says, Big Rich, can I set my sump up without drilling my tank? Like, just use a suction. Yes, you can. Okay, there's tanks that I don't want to drill, that I don't want to ruin. And I use an outside, it's called an overflow for a sump. Now, there's a square tank inside, like, 6 inches by 2 inches, and it sits inside. And then it goes on the outside, and there's another water capture device on the outside, and it's much deeper. And then there's a U-tube going over. Once you make the siphon from this U-tube, your water level will stay wherever that interior overflow is located. You can move it up, you can move it down. So once you do that, the water in the outside tank, it fills up over here and then it overflows. So when this fills up more water higher, like if I was to take a garden hose and put it in your tank, this would fill up and start overflowing out. Then it would overflow down to your sump. Okay. It's an external overflow. Look that up and that'll work great. I use them all over my fish room. Now, if you don't have a lot of water running through that, a slow flow, I call it, then you're going to collect air in there. And once a week or once every 3 days, you're going to have to suck out the air in that U-tube, because once that U-tube breaks its suction because air bubbles have built up on top, it will no longer pull water out, and then your tank will just overflow and be dripping over the edge, and you'll be like, ah! All right, let's see what's next. We're on it. Okay, B. Reisenberg. Were you or the mods able to find some sponsors yet? No, we have not. You have such a great channel and a mission. I can't imagine companies not wanting to be a part. I don't understand it either. This is from B. Reisenberg. What?
I thought you had the sponsor in the one fish food.
No, we had a donation. A sponsor is somebody that says, hey, look, we'll send you this food monthly we want our name displayed, or we'll send you a cash donation monthly, blah blah blah. So we had donations from different companies. Janie, our mod, got that. But we don't have a sponsor yet. We never really had a sponsor. And I do believe we are a great channel. We're very family oriented. We used to drink a little bit on Fridays because that was my only time to. Now we don't even do that. So it got a little out of hand a couple times. You know when I noticed that? When I picked up a dry piece of toilet roll and I'm trying to drink. That's not my cup. Okay, you're getting too drunk. But it was all in fun, man. You know how many people caught that on their TVs and caught pictures of it and posted it?
It comes out.
It comes out again, yeah. You people don't do it again.
It will. It'll come out more.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me see. Let me see what's next here. We are all her family now. Yes, you are, Melissa. We are all you guys. You guys are my fishy family. I mean, this is my time to get away every Friday night. I don't get to go out and party. I don't go to no bars. I don't never leave the house except for when I have nurses here and me and Reaper go on a rescue. That's my only time out. So I'm always here. And so tonight, Friday night, is my night to hang out with my friends. And you guys are my family and friends. Let me see here. Jack and Dan says, we love you, Tracy. Thank you, Jack and Dan. You guys are great. What tank will the big planiceps end up after quarantine? Let's think about that. That would probably be the, I would say the pool in with the stingrays. That'll give him room to grow and shallow enough to where I could special feed him.
Right.
In the 4400, I can't special feed him.
No way.
In the pool, the big pool, I can't. So either the 3000 or the stingray pond. But I'm thinking the stingray because that's where our last one was, Daria, and she was over 4 foot. And we were able to feed her, you know. All right. Let me see here. Serious Fish Keeper says, we're all here for Tracy and Reaper. Big Rich isn't bad either. Serious Fish Keeper, seriously? Okay, A to Z Fish Room. Did you guys catch this one? Cosloni, yes, we got that one. Okay, let's go past that. Oddball Aquatics is here. What's up, Haley? Look at these fresh looking dudes. Too much hotness for one live stream. We love you, Haley. You're the awesome. When are you coming visiting again? It's been since last summer you were up here.
I just friended her on Facebook because I need to get a hold of you and I don't have your number.
Why?
So I have some questions on some plants that I picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. So
she's our connect on the plants.
Yeah. You seen, I just befriended you. So we need to talk here in the next day or two. I have to talk to you, Haley. Thank you.
Oh, no. There's no, I have to. Say, Haley, can you please talk to me?
That's what
I have a question, honey. I need to talk to you about plants. All right. Ange sent the 15. Cheers, OFR. Thank you, Ange. You're the greatest. Let me see here.
Well, we got another one from the Animal Cracker, $5. Josh, top 5 videos are very good. I think if he keeps doing them, they will grow the channel a lot.
Yeah, next we're going to be doing a couple of things. Top 5 community fish. Top 5. What was the other one that was brought up? Fish we wouldn't keep. Top 5. You know, we're going for a lot of top 5s now. Now remember, this is where Josh is at, people. He's there live right now. We might even see him online. Oh, okay. All right, let me go back to the I'd love to sit with you guys and jam some Blue Oyster Cult. Well, of course. Feral Scales, thank you.
And then
what?
You got Ange for 3 with just a
I don't know what that is.
That's why I'm making you look.
And what is this little guy? I think he's trying to give you a big hug. She's a sweetheart.
He's just giving you a thumbs up. It looks like.
Reaper, is that the new OFR merch hat?
Oh yeah, somebody else mentioned that earlier. That they said Reaper sporting a new OFR hat.
If you guys want one, I will go ahead to spring and I will make one up. But this is a hat that somebody sent to us, and it said OFR Trucking Company. And I took a black magic marker and marked out the trucking company right on there. So if you guys like it, I'll go ahead and make it part of our merch. But we don't have one as of now.
Only me.
Only you. You're the only one.
And I can't even say I'm the only one with a Shack Koi fry.
No, you can't say that. No.
Not anymore.
We have
Patty?
Patty and Greg.
Patty and Greg.
Yes, they have one too. So you're not so special no more, Reed. Okay. I can't even pronounce this. Minixon H.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
Dio3 Prina. Okay. How did Malayan cichlids end up in the large swimming pool? Do you continue to populate them there? Will you make a separate video about them? All right, buddy. Can't say your name, but I can tell you how they got in there. We had, before the Bellagio tanks, we had all the cichlids in that 350-gallon tank. And there was an overflow running to the pond, the pool pond. So every time they had babies, this overflow was running. The little babies was getting over and going into the pool. We never put any in there, but we noticed them. They're like an inch, maybe 2 inches. We're like, where'd these come from? Josh is thinking they jumped out of the tank and landed over there. No, it was from babies or maybe even eggs, I don't know, that came through the overflow and now are in the, no, they're not egg layers. They're live breeders.
Right.
So, well, now we got the goldfish in there to lay eggs. So, but anyways, the live bearers, they're mouth brooders. So it was definitely little babies that couldn't swim against the current and got sucked out through the overflow and got put into there. Now they get into the big pond and they go behind. You got to mention my pool is curved and we've got 5-foot slabs of what's the name? Flagstone.
Yeah.
So in the middle of that flagstone, there's like 3 inches behind the flagstone. The fish are just going back there, growing, and then they're having babies. I see 1/4-inch babies, 1/2-inch babies, 1-inch babies, 2-inch, 3-inch, and then full-size adult cichlids in that pond. They're taking over this place for sure. Melissa Walker says, next week, can Reaper wear a green shirt so he's going to be a floating head? Dougie says, Ohio Fish Rescue, I love Reaper, but can someone needs to get him some proper beer?
Hey.
I actually just bought him this because he didn't want the Busch or the Budweiser in the refrigerator. He wanted this. So we went up and got him some beer.
No, I don't like IPA. I don't like the bitter hopsy taste. Sorry, man. I don't do alcohol at all. Like any sort of real liquor. I mean, just don't do it.
Right.
P.
Like Jack says, hey, Big Rich, when you bought the house, did you have the intention of turning the pool into a fish farm? Not at all. I didn't even think about it.
We've had some great pool parties.
Oh, there were big parties here, yeah. We had a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Most people have never seen the screen or it down. You should do that sometime. Bring the screen down.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
Show them how. I mean, the pool room's got this huge screen and you can sit in there.
It's a 200-inch screen, and I've got a 4K projector
and everything
and
from the pool.
We'd put on concerts, and then we'd sit around and watch the concerts. And I've got 2 JBL 1,000-watt powered PA speakers, so the concert sounded like a concert. I've got a 400-watt Fender bass amp as the subwoofer in the pool room. So when we sit out there and watch a concert, it's like a concert. And then we have Cough It Out, Honey. Then we do once a year the Jaws movie,
right,
where everybody comes over and they put plastic lawn chairs in the pool, and then the lights go out and it's pitch black. And then you're watching Jaws on there, and I'm over here throwing shrimp out. So all the big fish are coming over eating and rubbing against people's legs, and they're jumping. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. What are we missing here?
The animal cracker, $2. Reap. What's next after your house? After the 125 gallon? LOL.
I'm trying to talk him into a pond. I will go over there and build him a pond. I will dig it. I will do it. But he rents, so he don't want to build a big pond there because he's thinking of moving and stuff. So
Right.
it'd be a waste, and we don't want to waste things.
Ellen, those parties were awesome.
Brittany Brown says, Big Rich, we all know you are our most influential aquatic YouTuber. Wow, thank you. That says a lot. Thank you. But who is your favorite aquatic influencer and non-fish related influencer? Well, I don't really watch anybody on YouTube, but I have some buddies that has helped us out, so I'll name them. A lot of people don't like them, my people, because of
Joey.
No, we're all rescue people, you know what I'm saying? And this person has a channel with a lot of subscribers, but he helped me. He was on the phone with me all the time, telling me what I should and shouldn't do and how I should run my channel and all this. This is Franklin Siebert from Raw Fishing. Now, I know he's an overactor like Jim Carrey, but he's a great guy. And he helped us build our channel to what it is now. And he was patient with me. He taught me a lot of stuff. He showed me a lot of things. Now, other people that were here, like Paul Cafaro, he didn't really help us on the channel, but he did some videos from here and helped us get started. Greg Woodstock, he wants me to go out to all these different YouTubers and do collaborations. He wants his biggest thing is he wants me to get ahead. So he wants me to hire a team of people to take care of what I take care of here so that I can go out and do these videos and grow the channel. My thing is I can't, and he gets mad at this, so I'm sorry, Greg. I can't afford to hire people now because I'm not making that much money to cover the cost of everything. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing until I can afford to hire somebody. Then when the channel's making enough money and we're covering the cost of the rescue and the person I'm hiring, then I can go out and do what Greg Woodstock wants me to do. And he gets really mad at me about this because I'm putting it off. He wants me to do it now, and I'd be better off, he says. But I just can't afford it. I don't have the extra funds. I have all my money coming in from my housing and rentals is going towards the rescue. And then any money I'm making on YouTube is going to the rescue. We're not up to the point where we can buy frivolous things. We only buy what's necessary for the fish. We're talking food, electric, gas, water, sewer, and medicines. Okay. We're not buying backgrounds. We're not buying, we're not redecorating this tank to make it look better. Them are all frivolous things. We're trying to just cover the bare minimum costs. Once that happens and I've got more money, like if our channel grows more and I start making enough money to where I can pay somebody, then yes, I would love to pay somebody. Take some of this off of my chest because you can ask anybody that knows me. I run 24/7 on nonstop. And, you got to go way up.
No. I'm just,
okay.
Just go with you were going.
Okay. So, I will do what Greg says because Greg's a smart man. Right. I mean, if you're dumb enough not to listen to a millionaire, you're pretty dumb. So I want to listen to him. I just can't do what he's saying right now. And he don't get this. He don't get this, and he gets mad at me about it. But I'm sorry. But so Greg Woodstock's a great influence on me. Franklin Siebert from Raw Fishing is a great influence. Now a lot of people are going to be mad about this, but Joey, DIY Joey, he did this for 10 years showing people how to get into the hobby and do things themselves and build it themselves. I mean, he brought a lot of people from all over the world into the hobby doing this.
Right.
Now, a lot of people says he's got attitude, he's got this, or he's that, or whatever. That's not the. He was a great influence, and what got me building my own, filters, my own tanks. I've never built a tank before. Me and Josh built our first tank, and it's still here 3 years later. 3,000 gallons. Holy Jesus! It's still here. So I mean, there's a lot of influence from a lot of different people. Now, Pale Horse Rider says he can't stand catch them all. I'll tell you what, Zach's actually a good guy. Okay, let's not talk about from a rescue point. Okay, he does his thing and he's an entertainer. He came here. He put on my Ohio Fish Rescue shirt and he did a whole promo for us. He's a nice guy. You should see him in action at the different fish clubs or fish shows I go to. Man, he's great with the kids. He's great with the adults. He packs them in. Okay, Zach's a good guy. Is he a fish rescuer? No. Is he a conservative? No. I mean, he. Okay, yes, he done things like buy 100 goldfish and 100-foot hose and siphoned them all out of this tank into his bathtub and watch him go through 100 foot of his house, over a chair, around a table, and videoed it. It was for views. Is it the best thing for the fish? No, absolutely not. But did he kill fish? No. Okay, so I understand your guys' not liking him that much, but he's a nice guy, and he did help us. We are okay. Oh shoot, where'd it go?
Up there, keep going. Just
All right,
above
Marlon
Marlon
Martinez.
just above that one. Right, that one. The next one up.
Next
Right
one up?
there.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Remember him?
Yeah, I tried saying the name.
Right.
He says, thank you so much for the answer about Malawi cichlid. I'm from Russia, Moscow. I've been watching your channel from the very beginning. All videos. I wish you success, money, and development, Michael. Oh,
Michael.
thanks,
So we
Michael.
call him Michael.
His name is Michael. I
Right.
can't understand, but you're Michael now.
That's what I'm saying. So.
Okay. Marlon Martinez says, OFR is the most original channel out there, and don't change your ways. Now, see, we have grown our channel on this. Everybody else is like, buy this equipment. Well, I don't have $2,000 for a nice camera. Everybody else is showing me these models they're using and what they're doing. I don't have the money for that. I spend it on, I'll build the fish a bigger place. I'll whatever, but I don't spend it and waste it. I have my phone. It records in 4K. That's good enough. Here you guys go. You can follow along with what we do every day. Now I've got Josh, concentrating on the fish for his videos. And I'll do the building and the maintenance and everything we do around here. Me and Reaper work all day, and I'll include that so that you guys can follow along with what we do. I'm sorry it can't all be fish, but when you put out a video every single day like we do, that's 365 videos a year. It's hard to video the fish and come up with something new. Okay, so we come up with Josh is going to concentrate on the fish. I'm concentrating on the building and the maintenance and the repair and the fixing and all that to keep you in the loop of what we're doing every day. Kyle Simak says, what are your plans if the cichlids take over the pool pond? I don't know. I tell you what, right now, it is a treat to put your goggles on and go down there. It is another world. It's a whole other ecosystem. There are fish everywhere. Every rock you look at, there's fish coming out from behind it. All these cichlids everywhere. And then, the big ones don't even bother with them. They want the big fillets that we throw them. And it's amazing. If there's more, if it gets a little bumpy when I'm swimming, that's okay. Brittany Brown says, you should start a not-for-profit volunteer program to help you. We are a not-for-profit system. We are 501c3, Ohio Fish Rescue. It's with the government. Our bank account is linked to the government. They watch everything. And, I have to fill out taxes to the government for the 501c3. The problem is I don't know about a volunteer program. Everybody volunteers now, and they come over for 2 hours. Like I got a call today. Dude's coming over tomorrow for about 3 hours, and he's going to volunteer. So that's good. I work with a few different cities around the state here, and they send me community service.
Mhm.
All the youth community service gets sent here instead of, a lot of times they give you a list. You can work here, 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 here. No, these probation officers that have been here and like at my place, they just send the kids right here. So I get help and they get an easy job. I don't require them to wear a certain outfit. I don't require them to show up at 8 in the morning and leave at 4 at night. If you can only come from 12 to 2, that's fine. Come and help. If you only come from 8 till 10, that's fine. If you show up the whole day, fine. It's your hours. I'll mark in what you worked. And that works out. So we're getting a lot of help with that. Let me see here.
You know it, chicklets rule.
G Wine just says, haha, chicklets rule the pond. They are cichlids, Reaper.
Chicklets.
All right, let me see here. What else we got? You should live stream your pool 24/7 with a floating billboard or something to sell the. I tried live streaming before, and if you monetize this, it goes against us on the YouTube algorithm. So I had to stop that because there wasn't that many views after the first 3 or 4 hours. Then it goes way down, and now it's saying, don't share these people's videos to the algorithm, to the rest of YouTube. We have to have hit videos, and then YouTube's like, hey, they're doing great, let's share this. And then we do better. So I'm thinking, do the live stream to our Patreon account to where people can log on at any time in Patreon. If they're Patreons, they can log on and see whatever fish tank they want, which is great. I don't mind that at all. I have no problem. I just got to figure out how to have an underwater camera communicate through our Wi-Fi to our computer and have it, going nonstop to Patreon. We got to figure that out, but we're gonna do that. Brooke Holly says we need an underwater video, Mr. Fishman. Love you, Brooke. We have done so many underwater videos. We will do another one. I think every few months we do one.
Well, I tried recently, but you guys didn't feed the gars.
He got scared. He come running out of the pool.
I didn't run out of the pool. I went up and said, no.
You turned and ran like a little girl. Do the African cichlids breed with the red jewels? I don't think so. I don't see no mixed breeds like that. Let me see here. Richard Finney says, hey, fellas, what's your take on the sponge filters? Yay or nay, running a 125 silver dollar tank with 3 hang on the back filters right now, which keep it looking pristine, but some say sponge filters are quiet and cost effective. Yes, your sponge filters, if you had a big one in your left corner and a big one in your right corner, I believe in this 100%. You have your 2 sponge filters running. 1 month, you take this sponge filters out, and you squeeze it out in the barrel, and you put it right back in. That's basically cleaning it. A lot of people want to rinse it with water, and then people are like, oh, don't rinse it with tap water. Rinse it with your tank water. I don't rinse it. I take the thing out, it's soaking wet, and I squeeze it above a 5-gallon barrel. And I put it back in, and it starts going again. I squeeze out a lot of crud. And then the next month, I'll do the other sponge filter. So you're never lacking of biofiltration. While you clean one, the other one's still going. While you clean that one, this one's still going. Dual sponge filters is the most cost-effective. I mean, you can have one air pump running your entire system, and it keeps your water pristine. Okay, I love them. They're great. The only thing better than dual sponge filters or matin filters, that's the next step up from a sponge filter. They cost more, but they cover the whole corner of each tank, and they suck in from there and put it back out to the tank. It's the same process, though, a sponge filter. But the only thing, better than that is naturally planted. You never see a farmer going out and changing his water in his ponds, but yet they're where you find the biggest bucket mouth bass because of natural plants. you know, cattails, reeds, you know, arrowheads, all that stuff. They filter the water. That's why on my systems, you see the outdoor pond, we've got the wetland filtration overflowing into a long stream of nothing but plants and then falling back into the river. You see on my pool pond indoors, the waterfall falls into a river full of plants and then it does a U and fall back into the water. That's because them plants are naturally taking out the nitrates in the water, making my life easier, making the nitrates less on the. Now, if I was an outdoor pond where all these plants would be growing naturally, I wouldn't have to, you know, add water. I still add water. We've got a constant steady stream coming in and it overflows and goes out at the end. But yeah, sponge filters is the way to go. Nobody said Josh lately, so I'm going to say it. Josh. Melissa Light says, you are such a kind soul to trust strangers to come to your home. You know what? You guys are all my fishy family. And, you know, before this whole rescue thing, I was living in Cleveland for 20 years. I raised my kids there, and I believed I need a bigger fence. Who are you and what are you doing in my yard? Get out of my yard. You know, I don't want the neighbors around. They're all, I thought, you know, lowlifes. I don't want them around my children. My children are being raised here. I want them, you know, raised a certain way. But you know what? I hated people then because there was so many thefts, so many, you know, I hate to say it, but there were $10 hookers on the corner of Madison and 87th where I lived. I mean, not $50 hookers, not $1,000 hookers, $10 hookers. You know, a girl with like 3 teeth. It was nasty up there in Cleveland. So I moved away from there, and you know, I hated people. But I come out here and I learned to love everybody again. I love our fishy family. I don't watch anybody no more. I've not had nothing stolen from me in the 10 years I've been here, 9 years I've been here. And, you know, people come here I don't even know, and they treat me better than my own family.
Only one time.
What's that?
You lost some koi.
Oh, yes, we had.
You advertised.
Yes, I advertised the koi we put in the front pond, and they stole the koi out of us.
But that was it.
I'm saying I take people back all through my whole back of my house, the pool room, the back deck, the fish room, and nobody's ever stolen anything. You know, my fish family, you people in the fish world are so much more caring and you know, I'm not dealing with the general public of Cleveland no more. You guys are good people, and I don't mind you being here, and I let everybody in. And you know what? I walk away from them. I'm like, hey guys, the tour is done. You guys now spend whatever time you want, however much you want, take the videos you want. I'm going to go in, take care of Tracy. I'll be right back out in 10 minutes, you know? And, you know, yeah, people could be throwing stuff in the water. Yeah, people could be taking this or that. But you know what? Nobody has. It's I love my fishy family. I mean, you guys are all great. And you turned me around because I used to hate everybody. I did not like people. I had my certain few friends, and that was it. I barely liked them. No, I've always loved Reaper. He's always been a good guy. Yes, Richard Finney, quiet and cost-effective, talking about the sponge filters or the matting filters. All right, Handlebars 419 McBride says, hoping something big comes from these. Who's got the biggest fish? Back and forth with Rod at Predatory Fins. Maybe we can hit a viral home run for this. You know what? Have you seen Rod's newest video?
Right.
Oh my God, it is so funny. We fired back.
Wow.
And we were pretty funny. We fired back at Rod. But let me tell you, his newest video, so funny. It starts off, well, wait, here, let me show you. I've got it here. Oh, where'd I put it? Here it is. All right. This is Rod at his shop when he said, oh my God, what kind of man loses his own challenge when he puts out a challenge and OFR beats him? There he is. He's showing us measuring our fish, and he's just so heartbroken. And then he goes and he comes up with this rule from this imaginary Placo Association that says you can own the fish, you can buy the fish, but you can
can't be
raise it, but it cannot be a rescue, right? So then Rod, and he brings up this paper. And obviously his wife wrote it up for him, saying this is not real. And he says, we won. So now he says, I got kicked out because I was disqualified. Right. So he starts doing this dance. Look at him. He's dancing. He did the what's that dance from Fortnite? He did the Fortnite dance. He did a bunch of dances. It was so funny. Rod's hilarious. And then at the end, he finally admits that we beat him and this and that. But he put out a new challenge. But you haven't seen my response. Okay. Now y'all seen Rod. He always wears his baseball cap backwards, and he got these big, huge neck muscles on each side, right? They call him Eric Pyman neck. And then, you got these big chest muscles, and he always wears a little black muscle shirt. I'm going to dress. Remember what I did to Reaper? I dressed up like Reaper and pretended to be Reaper. I'm going to do the same thing with Rod, okay? And wait till you see what we do, because it's going to be hilarious. So, yeah, Rod, you've stepped into something you should not have stepped in, son.
Yeah, because it wasn't his last video with Mike Terrell, but it was a video before that or something. And I said, OFR, largest pleco in the world.
Right.
And somebody commented, Reaper bragging and this and that. OFR, a big. I replied. I says, you show me a picture or show me something different, I'll, eat my words.
Right.
Guess what? No response. No response.
Okay, Pale Horse Rider says, so glad I'm not the only one who sees through this BS. That's exactly why I love channels like OFR and Camp Cannon, and these guys are genuine A1 guys. Yeah, Camp Cannon, we've talked to him a few times, and he's going to come up here and do a collab with us, and anytime we're in Florida, we're supposed to stop by his place. He's a very nice guy. He really is. He's a nice guy, and he does good things, so we're going to do a collab with him. It's a matter of time, So basically, we are who we are. We show what we do. That's it. And, I don't allow people in my fish world to be mean to each other. I just delete them. We don't need that in our life. You know what I'm saying? So, on Facebook or on YouTube, I just delete. Like the other day. Oh my God, I was so upset. I mean, if I could show up at this guy's door and whoop his butt, I would have. But he was like, what was his words? You look suspicious. What did you do to Tracy? How did you do what you did? How did you get away with it? I'm going to start investigating you.
I'm going to investigate you until I prosecute you.
I'm like, I wrote him a message first because I was blown out of my mind. I said, are you serious? She had a heart attack. I did CPR until the medics got there and they brought her back. There's no denying this. No doctors have ever said this is a shady situation. This is what happened. If you feel that way, then, I'm just going to delete you from my channel because I don't need that negativity in our life. And I did delete him because he come back with a real foul answer. So I deleted him. And then he came onto Reaper's channel and said some other rude stuff. So we had to delete him from Reaper's channel.
Prosecuted you yet? Or something like that? I mean, for Tracy, it's like.
Are you serious? I've been with her for 35 years. I've done nothing but love her and take care of her. And they're accusing. That's just so bad. These are the kind of people we don't need in our lives. There's goodness and people helping people. People that I needed that beam, that 35-foot or 40-foot beam we put in the fish room. I'm telling you, 35 people showed up here that I did not know, including Josh's boss. Now Josh is an engineer for the city of Cleveland. He's in charge of all the engineers. Makes big bucks. He did not need to be here. He came here and he lifted this beam with the rest of us, and we got this beam into place and shorted up and all this. I mean, we had people I'd never even met before. And I bought them all pizza and beer. That's it. You people are good people. That's what I want in our life, So
we got Justin Gillette for $10 watching the show of my 9-year-old Sophia. Set up our first tank in years. She thinks you're funny, big rich, stay fishy.
Glad someone does.
And Pale Horse Rider for $10 with a mojo, showing a little dude flying through the air, Superman kind of.
Okay. Thank you, Pale Horse Rider. He also has another mention here. He says, where'd he go? Everything jumped on me. You shut up, Reaper. Von Ninja says, I have to say that Big Rich and Josh were awesome hosts when we came out early last year. Ohio Fish Rescue was an awesome experience. Well, thank you, Von Ninja. You're the greatest. Vivian says, that was so funny. I seen that one. They're talking about Rod's video I showed you today. It was. Did you see him dance? That was hilarious.
It was. It was really funny. It was good.
Oh, that's awesome. Von Ninja says, Ohio Fish Rescue, we just went recently to the PGH Zoo. I don't know what that is. And Aquarium, and we both looked at each other and said, Ohio Fish Rescue was better, more enjoyable. You know how many people come here and say, okay, we made the trip to Ohio. We went to
Cleveland
Public Aquarium, and then we came to your place. Now they get charged $30 to go there, and they come here and they're like, oh my God, your place is so much better, and it's free. So, yeah. Let me see here. Eric says, you're going to need a big hat to hide your hair. I figure I'll get it all wet and then put it up in a little bun and then put a baseball cap on backwards. That's how I'm going to hide my hair. And then, I don't know, maybe magic marker his beard on my face. I don't know. Let's go down. Pale Horse Rider says, wow, that's going to be epic. Big Rich, can't wait.
Keep going down.
I'm going. Was that one done?
Yep. That one's done. That one's done.
Okay.
But next one is.
Gotcha. Melissa, if the nerve of some people, yeah, how dare you that person? How dare that? If you can't see the true caring and love that I have for her, it's, I am her protector. I will fight. As a matter of fact, listen, this to be true. She went to go to work one day and she drove her car and down the end of the street where they were playing basketball. And it was a bunch of, I don't mean to be any kind of racist or nothing, but this is the facts. A bunch of Puerto Ricans at the end of the street. And I have nothing against, anybody at all. But it happened to be a bunch of Puerto Ricans down there. So she comes back up the street and she's like, Rich, they called me a whore. And I had been drinking. She was leaving for work. I'm working in the front yard. I'm working on her rose bush. I ran out and I jumped on the hood. I'm like, take me there. My first mistake. So she flies down the street and she hits the brakes right as I get to him. And now she hit the brakes hard. I'm flying off the hood and I'm in this running pattern where I'm going to fall, but I'm still staying up. So I find the biggest guy in the group and I chest him. I ran right into him and it stopped me from falling forward. I'm like, hold it, call her a whore. And just everybody jumped back. Some guy come running out of the house and throws this guy that I chested a baseball bat. So he gets up off the ground and he's got this baseball bat now. I'm like, dude, you use that, you're going down. And he swings this baseball bat at me. Well, I've been a bouncer for many years, People go to punch at me. I put my head down last second. They punch the top of my head. Don't hurt me, but man, it hurts them. Well, he hits me with this baseball bat. I put my head down and I'm like, oh, it's on now. You're going to die. And I started going after him. He swings one more time sideways and I catch the bat and I get the bat from him, jerk it out of his hand. Now I got his bat. Well, here comes my son running down the street and he's like, here, Dad. And he throws up an aluminum bat. And I catch it. Now I got two bats. The crowd of people just stand back from me. And this dude's, getting up like, I throw Richie back the bat. I go, I don't need this. And I take this bat that I just took from him. I'm like, you're going to need this. And I throw it to him. Well, this dumb idiot goes, well, while he's reaching up for the bat that I threw up, I walked in, pow. I just nailed him. He's on the ground. The bat hits the ground. Now the crowd wants to start coming in. Luckily, I didn't have to fight all 90 of them or whatever. The cops come around the corner. I'm like, oh, shit. So now they see me and him into it, and the cops arrest us, this and that. So, yeah, I've been her protector for years, and it's just been it's crazy. I just see it as she needs my protection. Period. All right, Anthony Norris for $5 says socks. I'm late for the show. Oh, I bet he meant to say sucks.
Yeah.
Late for the show tonight, but this is for Reaper and the chiclets. You're making this a thing, ain't you?
It is what it is.
Nate Akil says, I freaking love Big Rich story time. It should be a YouTube channel in itself. I'd love to. I've got so many stories, but a lot of them ain't family friendly. I'm sorry.
There's so many
The
things.
stories that your parties, I
Right,
can't
that's
tell
what I'm
them.
saying. There's so many, they want to hear us talk and do things, but it's not family friendly.
How long friends? Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Sally Dorsey says that. I think they're talking about me and you. It's been. I met Tracy 35 years ago. I think it was 30 years ago for you.
Right around there.
Right around there. How long you and Dawn been together?
26.
Okay, I was there when you met her.
26.
So 30 years. Definitely been 30 years. FX says, are you going to substrate for the tanks without substrate? Well, you know what? A lot of them tanks, here's my theory. And people like it or don't like it. I don't care. It works for me. I don't put substrate down. I put tiles in so that you don't have the ugly reflective bottom on there. And then I put a bubble wall in. Now, what this does is keeps the water currently flowing. And then the FX5 can suck out the dirt and the water in the water column and put it back in clean. I never have to gravel clean. I never have to bottom clean. No dirt ever sits there. It makes life easier for me. Now, are we going to put substrate in? Maybe in a couple when we get, like this tank here has always been ugly. I want to make it pretty. I might do it for something like that. Like our baby Stingray tank is ugly as can be. Them white tiles we put in there all turned green. It looks ugly.
I know.
We have to get out there and fix that. We have to change the lights so that the algae ain't growing on there. Right. Them are definitely plant grow lights, LEDs.
Definitely.
All right. Let's go with Dougie says, Ohio Fish Rescue pictured Big Rich flying off that bonnet with his legs not being able to keep up. This is basically what it was. I was teetering the whole running. Fine Yinzer. Dougie says, for sure, I kind of miss him working out back in the shed. We can't do that sort of thing here in Pittsburgh unless it was fully insulated and heated. Okay. Let me see what else we got here. Handled Bars 419 says, I got to run, but got to say this before I go. I've been a fan since the 4400 was by far, and it jumped away. The main attraction. Point is, amazing how far you guys have come in such a short time. You know what? I think that all the time. I look back and I try, and I'm doing a tour, and I'm like, okay, we built this deck, the roof this summer. We did the pond. We did the patio. We built that other pond back there. We doubled it in size. I'm like, wait a minute. We did a lot this summer.
No. I don't know.
All right,
it seems
Bill
like
Smith.
we didn't do a lot because the pond took so much last year.
No. We're so old we don't remember all that we did.
No, it's just like the pond was a big thing. It took most of the summer to do it.
That was a big end over.
I mean, every weekend it was the pond.
Yeah.
And we still had to do the rescues and this and that.
Right.
So.
The rescue seemed like work. Yeah. All right. Bill Smith says he gave us $4.99. Thank you, Bill. Big Rich and Reaper are the nicest guys on YouTube. Keep up the good work, and we need a video of all the different species of catfish you have. You know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All catfish video. All right, we're going to do that.
Thank you. I need a video.
Raheem says now Rod has a new challenge. Who has the biggest African lungfish?
Yeah,
we're gonna challenge him on this because I got
some ideas.
Yeah. You guys got to wait for my reply to Rod's video. You got to wait. It won't be tomorrow because tomorrow I have to put out a video. It might be the day after tomorrow will be my reply to him. Me and Reaper got some idea. We're going to work together. We're going to get this done. It's going to be funny. Oh, my God. FX says, where are you going to put the Goliath tigers if they grow up?
In the
Ooh,
big
we
pond,
haven't
he
even
said.
thought about that. Rose Johnson says, Rich, how did you meet Tracy? Well, she showed up at my house with her boyfriend to get his motorcycle fixed because I was the guy in the neighborhood that had all the tools and worked on everything.
Big clutch.
So, the whole time I'm working on his bike, I kept, looking up and she's behind him giving me the Google eyes. After they left, I asked him, I stopped him and I asked him, I'm like, who's that girl you're with? And he's like, just some girl. This is the first time I'm hanging out with her. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I went in the house, blah, blah, blah. They left. And later that night, she showed up at my door and she knocked. It was like 9:00 at night. I opened up the door and I see her. I'm like, oh, hi. And she's never left since. She lied to me about her age. She told me she was 18. Then she told me about a year later that she got thrown out of her house. So I let her move in with me. And then, a year later, she was like, I don't talk to my family, blah, blah, blah. They're all, so many problems. Here, I throw her 21st birthday because she said she was 18 when I met her. I throw her 21st birthday. Now we're living together. I throw her 21st birthday and I want to do the right thing. I go to her family and I'm like, you guys need to, she feels bad. You guys ain't talking. Can you please show up at her birthday party? And you know what her mother said to me? Well, if we buy her gifts, they might as well be for you too. I'm like, don't buy her gifts. I'll buy her gifts. Just show up. That's all I want. It was so sad. So finally, her sister shows up, the one that yelled at me when I tried reconnecting. She shows up, and I come walking out of the kitchen with this birthday cake. I got a big 2-in-1 on fire, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm taking her a birthday cake." She goes, "But it says 21 on there." I'm like, "Duh." She goes, "She's 18 today." I'm like, "Wait a minute, I've been with her for 3 years. That means she's 15? She's lied to me this whole time?" Oh my God, I could have went to jail for that, Oh my God, it was crazy. But she's been with me since.
Let's see.
All right, so Dust Storm Dom says, you guys are the type of guys I'd love to have a barbecue with and a few beers. Of course. You guys, any of you guys, you're all invited to my house. If any of you people can ever make it out here, we always barbecue. And if there's, hey, what are you doing Tuesday? Oh no. Someone says they want to come out and barbecue. What do you say? Okay, let's do it. Sean says, I started watching you when you had less than 5,000. Seems like just yesterday. It does. You guys have grown so much. Well, thank you. David says, wait, I thought Tracy was your daughter. No, Tracy was my wife. I've been with her for 35 years. You know how many people like in Kmart think that she's my daughter? That's crazy. Oh my God. Let me see. All right, what else we got here? Dust Storm Dom says, you're a mad bloke, Rich. Dougie, Vanya, not sure how MD managed it in a drafty shed. And they're talking a sidebar here.
Right.
All right, let's see what else we got to say. Oh, but you guys go watch Rod's Predatory Fins reply to us. It's what is in this box or something like that.
Right.
You watch that video because it's hilarious. He dances the Fortnite dance. He does all kinds of stuff. It's funny as can be. Matt Powell says, you guys are amazing, man. Much respect for what you're doing. Charles Reeves says, you have mad love and respect from all of us fish people. Well, thank you, guys. Steve Chowser, that was the 80s for you, though. Yeah, I guess. Michelle Gibson says, Tracy is one of the luckiest girls alive. She is so blessed to have caught your eye. Tell her that. Melissa Walker, my pond comment just started acting, psychotic. I wonder if we're going to have another earthquake because he's only done this a few times. Well, I don't know what psychotic means and how he's acting, but, is he doing spins? Is he flashing on the ground? Is he turning sideways and rubbing on the ground? That would mean parasites and stuff on it. It's itching him. Bunyan says, sorry about the sidebar distraction conversation. You're cool, Bunyan. It's all right. Raheem says, Big Rich, I like you. Get me a MBU puffer. Name him Pittsburgh. Oh, that'd be awesome. Little Pittsburgh. Charlie CC says, he certainly is. I mainly like how he's just humble and doesn't pretend to be an expert. Yeah, I don't. Dude, what you see is what you get. What we do is what you see. We're not trying to be a production company, a show, or anything like that. Hey, you're picking. Hang on, let me get the camera. I pick out my phone and I record, and that's it. You guys get to see what we do daily. But the thing that sucks is they don't get to see everything. I mean, we work nonstop all day, every day, and actually, you got in trouble with your wife about it. Get over here so much, didn't you? She's a hell of a nice lady, but I can understand her, getting a little upset because you're spending so much time here. I get that.
My job.
That's your job, though. It is.
My job. And it is 8:05.
Okay, guys, we got to go, and it's the end of the night. I hate to leave. I hate to end this. This is great, but 8 o'clock, I got to give Tracy her last feeding, and it's 5 minutes past. We got things to do, so we have to go. I hate to leave. Trust me, I'd love to just hang out here with you guys some more, drink some more. Here's Josh. All right, I'll answer a couple more. Rose Johnson says, Mike, can you roll the grandson watching this with me? And says to me, this guy is one that used to sing and smoke pot. No, I never did. Oh, my God, I'm dying over here. Oh, that's funny. But see, weed was never for me. He tried getting me, and back in school, I actually sold weed, but I smoked weed, and I ate everything in sight and went to sleep. So it wasn't for me because I was a bigger guy anyway. I gained weight too easy. So I had to stay away from weed, and everyone thinks it's like I'm one of the Cheech and Chong's brothers. No, I don't smoke weed. It's not for me, I don't condemn anybody for doing it, and I actually like the smell, but I don't smoke weed. I haven't liked it for a long, 40 years. Well, no.
I don't know. I got a picture.
You got me one time,
I got a
yes.
picture.
He begged me on his birthday, so I smoked a bowl with him, and man, got me in trouble. He got a picture. So, it's just not for me. All right, Jimmy P's Aquarium says, another great stream, Big Rich. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome, my brother. Eric says, maybe a peacock cichlid. I don't know what that means, but Eric, you're always welcome here. Community prayers for Tracy. Oh, thank you. Everybody's saying they're talking about Reaper. All right, guys. We got to go. Love hanging out with you every Friday. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everything you guys do to hang out with us. And as always, stay fishy, my friends. I love that. You finally caught on, Reaper. How do I hit the closing? Oh, let me close this one down. Yeah, we're still here, people.
Yeah, we're still here.
There we go. End stream. Now we got it. We're learning. All right.